Today, the Supreme Court upheld some state laws that ban transgender athletes from participating in girls' and women's sports. Some LGBTQ+ advocates are calling it a major blow to transgender rights, while some supporters of the decision say it's about keeping women's sports fair. Joining us today is Texas Senator Bryan Hughes for his reaction. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We do want to hear, what was your initial reaction to the Supreme Court's decision in this case?
The Supreme Court got this right. It's common sense, and this is not about preventing any children from participating. It's about requiring that they participate with children that share their biological sex. Obviously, biological males have physical advantages over biological females. And so to think of biological boys who are bigger, stronger, competing against biological girls, it's not fair at the very outset. You think about competing, it's not safe. That's before we even talk about locker rooms and showers. If we're going to protect women and women's sports, this ruling makes a lot of sense. We're glad the Supreme Court got this one right.
We want to ask you, opponents argue these policies discriminate against transgender athletes that could potentially open up doors for privacy violations for these athletes. How do you respond to that criticism about this ruling?
Well, again, everyone has a biological sex. And so folks are male or female. And so everybody gets to participate. Everybody gets to play. But this ruling says what Texas already says, that biological males don't compete against biological females, and certainly shouldn't be in their locker rooms, their dressing rooms, their showers. So there's an attempt to couch this in terms of excluding people. No one's excluded, but everybody has to stay in the proper lane for this to work, for sports to work as they're supposed to.
I guess the question, though, becomes how do you make sure that those athletes are not violated their privacy or further discrimination in order to enforce this law? Any comment on that?
As a practical matter, biological sex is binary. It's male or female. And again, I think everybody knows that intuitively. We recognize that. There's some children and some folks who deal with gender identity, I guess gender dysphoria. Of course, we want to help them. We want to come alongside them. What we cannot do is have biological males competing against biological females. There's a way to do this. We did it in this country for decades, for a couple of centuries before this became an issue. We can do this, and we can do it fairly. We have to protect women's sports.
I do want to ask you, data shows that this will impact a relatively small group of athletes in our country, but this has become quite the focus point for the Republican Party here in Texas and then nationally. Why is that? Why is the party so focused on this issue in particular?
Well, if you poll voters of the Republican and the Democratic Party, this issue cuts across party lines, cuts across racial lines. Most people agree on this. It's pretty fundamental, pretty basic. And again, people say to us sometimes, why do you want to talk about these issues? We don't. We didn't ask for this fight. But when folks who are being aggressive, when activists started forcing the issue and started putting males, biological males, in locker rooms with little girls, competing against them, are we going to respond to that? You bet. We're going to protect women. We're going to protect little girls. This is not a fight we were looking for, but we will deal with it. And Texas has taken the lead on this.
So that brings me to my next question. What do you think the impact of this will be in Texas? Can we expect this to bring up further legislation come spring?
Texas is already protected here. Back in 2021, we were one of the first states in the country to deal with sports at the K through 12 level in our traditional public schools and charter schools to make sure that boys compete against boys, girls compete against girls. Then in 2023, we passed a strong law dealing with college sports. Of course, you know, Title IX, passed at the federal level, was all about protecting female college sports. And so that's important. Without protections like this, what female sports do we have if males can just declare themselves females and then compete in those sports? So the good news is Texas law is crystal clear on this. The Supreme Court ruling today makes sure those laws are not going to be messed with.
I do want to ask you, these are tricky subjects for local school districts to be navigating. Is the state considering any resources to help schools navigate some of these questions and enforce some of these policies under this?
So in 2021, when the bill was passed and signed by the governor dealing with local schools, the Texas Education Agency provided guidance to school boards, to school administrators, and we continue to do that. So the good news is this is not complicated. There's two sexes, male and female. And so just like we've always done, when you sign up for a sport, there's boys sports and girls sports. So the good news is Texas has been doing this for a number of years now, and it's working smoothly.
I do want to ask you a bit of a legalese question, but how do you interpret the role of Title IX in this decision?
Great question. Title IX passed to help women's sports at the college level. In fact, Senator Lois Colquist, who's a member of the Texas Senate, was a Division I athlete. Obviously, she's a female athlete. She competed against females. And as a big believer in Title IX, as a female athlete who benefited from Title IX, she was one of the strongest advocates for saying in college sports with Title IX, we're going to make sure that girls compete against girls and boys compete against boys. Without this distinction, if we let males compete in female sports, Title IX goes away. So Title IX is super consistent with Texas law on this.
Texas Senator Bryan Hughes, many more questions for you, and we know this is a conversation we will continue to have in the wake of this decision, but thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back after the break.